Please welcome to Streaming for Vengeance, the ultimate Sven Gali. Thank you so much, guys. We've got a 30-year history. So we're talking to singer David Wanless, okay? Bassist Sean Minden and drum legend Dan Fila. And we're talking about this brand new video that we're going to be premiering in a few minutes. So lots to talk about. I thought we could kind of rewind just a little bit and talk about the whole reunion of Sven Gali, because wow, it came out of the blue, and it was a powerful moment for all of us Canadian heavy metal fans.
Very unexpected for a lot of people.
Yeah, I was in a garage. It was actually in my garage, and I got a call from Dan, and Dan was wondering if we wanted to get together, if I'd want to come over to his place and just bang around some songs, and I said, let's get Sean involved and do that. And then we got together and banged some songs around, and from there, things moved, to a direction of, oh, here we go again. I kind of felt that in that room that day.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt like we never went anywhere. It kind of felt natural from day one.
So you overcome this emotional hump of reuniting and kind of rebuilding and relaunching, because you've got such a vested interest in making it happen again. And then COVID strikes. You release the EP, and then, you know what I mean? You hit a wall, and you have no control of that wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when that happened, we kind of turned into ourselves and started writing more. Then we started talking about the next steps of the band, and and then that's how I guess we got to the video for Hurt. We decided to let's release a video during this time.
So describe, as musicians, how productive you were and what feelings were going through your head, knowing that you couldn't tour and you were pretty much in lockdown mode, because it's affected everyone in a different way.
Yeah, it was a bit of a downer, because we worked so hard to get 3 done, and we were looking forward to some shows. Things got obviously side railed and canceled. For all of us, I know Dan jumps on his drums and he's on them every day, and we're all in our own way staying involved in music and looking forward to, we're writing new stuff as we're going along right now, but we're looking forward to getting out there as soon as we can.
Yeah, we had a Sound of Music Festival show that we had to cancel. The Hamilton Place show was sold out, so we had a lot of hype going, and it was kind of a drag that we couldn't do those shows for our fans and people that wanted to see the band.
As I said from the get-go, there's a 30-year history between Brave Words and Sven Gali and Varga. Tell me about the mixture of Varga meets Sven Gali, because I find that really fascinating. You're also coming from 2 different fandoms.
Yeah, well, for me, I had to learn how to play a whole different genre of music. And before I invited Dave and everyone to come over, I was actually playing along with their records for 2 years. I've always been a fan of the band, and they've always been great friends. Varga followed very closely in Sven Gali's footsteps, and Sven Gali brought David Bendeth out to see Varga, which resulted in us getting our record deal. And we had the friendship bond happening already, but then playing with Sean is a bass player who knows what the pocket is, and I'm not saying anything bad about any other bass players, but as far as he knows how to sit back and just make things groove. With other stuff like speed metal and thrash metal, that's not what it's all about. It's all about everyone playing exactly the same thing, exactly the same way. And I had to learn how to play back, which is, absolutely opposite to what I was doing. And Sean made me a better drummer.
But David, or both of you guys, Sven Gali has had issues with drummers.
What band doesn't?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, you know what? It's not. I don't know if you want to call it an issue. I think that different drummers turned up at different times, and for whatever reason, we just we hired some guys to to fill in, but they ended up being they were great players, but nobody really, I don't know, nobody seemed to I don't know what exactly. I can't even explain it. Tell you
well, one was hired from the label, right? So David Bennett wanted to work with a certain drummer on the record, which was Greg Gerson. So that kind of was how that all came together. And then Greg's the kind of drummer who plays with a lot of different bands. So when we weren't touring, he was probably getting itchy to play with other people. So it's kind of hard to keep someone around that long when they have other options to play with other people, right?
So guys,
what does Dan bring to the table to Sven Gali then?
Heavy groove,
headaches.
Headaches.
I know what he brought to this song "Hurt" because I hear a lot of Lars. I love that, just that marching drum beat. You know what I mean? And we talked from the Black Album. I just heard that like from start to finish, man. It was just, man, it was awesome.
Yeah. The middle section I borrowed liberally from Vinnie Paul. But
liberally.
Liberally. Yeah. I mean, I'm not shy to say who I have borrowed from my entire life. And, Lars has been one of them. Neil Peart has been another one. John Bonham. And you have those people. But yeah. So you're going to hear that in every song, just masked a different way.
All musicians borrow from everybody. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Lars borrowed from somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Bendith experience, that legendary producer. What does he bring to the table, and what do you have to bring to the table for him? That's the most important question.
David?
It was when we went down to New York for that song that we were going to record a song called Kill the Lies. And when we went down there, I didn't know what to expect. But when I saw Dave, he's still the same guy, but even more successful. And he's done produced a lot of really good music. And so getting together with him was, we talked about this after and during the sessions. It was kind of like therapy for us because we haven't been together for a long time. We stood in David's kitchen having a few drinks and discussing the music and direction, and it just seemed very, very comfortable. And then we went into the studio and things started coming together and feeling really good. And there was no, sometimes there's some stresses. Things aren't going that good, but there was none of that because I don't think anybody or any of us really felt any pressure because we were doing this for ourselves.
Yeah, we had a good time. We really enjoyed ourselves down there. Everybody got along. We had a blast. Yeah, and
I guess the biggest decision that we had every day is what restaurant we were going to, for dinner.
I love that. I've been saying that the whole pandemic.
So it just felt good. Like it just felt good with Dave as it always did, and it was nice to see the guys again and all of us hang out. And we were supposed to be down there for 4 days. And I think Sean and I started making our way back after 10 days.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like getting the old gang back together, right? We spent a lot of time together, Lake Geneva and Wisconsin, when we did the first record with Dave in pre-production. And, I remember driving to the United States with Dave in his car when we went down to do the first Sven Gali record. So it was kind of like getting everybody back together. It was a great vibe.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
We really enjoyed it.
So this is all about this brand new video premiere. So let's talk about producing something at this level when we're in the middle of a pandemic, because it looks great. It doesn't even seem like you guys had any issues, but I'm sure there was a lot.
Well, Sean produced it, so I'll hand that over to him.
Yeah.
Well, I spent a long time shooting music videos in Canada and the United States. I shot a lot of bands. Edwin, um, Great Big Sea. Actually, I got an East Coast Music Award right here for
Nice.
Great Big Sea 2003. I was 27 weeks CMT #1 song, longest CMT running #1 video ever. So I had a lot of. That's what I did. I had a company called Sundog Films. When Sven Gali broke up, that's kind of where I gravitated to. And I started shooting videos, and I think I was nominated for 5 and 2 East Coast Music Awards and 3 CMT Awards. I've worked with a lot of great artists and learned a lot. And I learned a lot shooting with not a lot of money, because a lot of bands, some had a lot of money, some didn't. So you kind of learn how to guerrilla shoot out in the field. And that's kind of what we had to do here. We had to take a space that wasn't, it's not like we had a huge budget to work with. And we went out and we came up with an idea, and we all chipped in and we made it happen. And that's kind of like what has to happen. And Andy is working in China right now, our guitar player, and he had access to some CGI with the company he works with. So we were able to do some green screen stuff and try to make the space look bigger than what we actually were in. Because if you actually look at the space, if you were to just come and do a location scout, you'd see that you'd probably fit, what, 1 car in there, Dave?
Yeah.
Front to back. And
yeah.
So it was all about the lenses and the lighting. I kind of tried to do a Stanley Kubrick kind of vibe to it. And it seemed to have worked out for us. So I think everybody enjoyed themselves, and I think we got a good video.
Well, the song is dark and foreboding. I think the chorus is just like that, really, you know what I mean? It hits you here. So talk about the song for a bit.
The song, and you know what, you have to correct me, Sean, but what I recollect, the song is a song we used to do at Soundcheck in Europe when we were.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And that's where it kind of got written along the way on the bus at sound checks and progressed and progressed.
Yeah, and then we did a live video. We did a live video at the Bulldog Bash in England.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was the BBC. Remember?
Yeah, no, it was Headbangers Ball. MTV.
Headbangers Ball. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Headbangers Ball. And then we, and it progressed. And I got to be honest with you, like, I never really thought it was that great of a song. I never really thought anything of it. I thought it was just a quick, I thought it would just be a song that would be a filler song or something in a set just to get heavy. But when we decided to, re-record it, if you will, what was added to the song, and then when you added Dan and Sean, the other guitar player, it got heavy, and that's where you see, I think, the Varga show up to the band for really see it. And then obviously Sean jumped in on bass, and then Andy added some his kind of vibe that he has, and it turned into something a little bit more special than I think we thought it would be. Nice.
Well, we're going to be watching this video really soon. So what is the plan when things officially open up? And I know whatever open up means for Sven Gali. What's the future?
Get on the road. Tour. Play shows.
Yeah. I think that's on every. I think everybody will want to get out and see some live music, and I think every band out there wants to get out there and play. And I think that I think the world is in for a large party for a little while.
Before we actually cut to the video, I have to ask just a left field question, because I think Frantic City is one of my favorite Canadian punk art, whatever you want to call it. You obviously covered the song. Give me some Teenage Head moments, because that documentary was released a few months ago. It was a beautiful little retrospective of what was your relationship with Frankie Venom and the band, and I loved it.
Well, I play in the Forgotten Rebels with Mickey DeSatis. I've been in the band for 20 years now.
Okay.
And they've always been really close. The Forgotten Rebels, Teenage Head, Sven Gali, we've all been very, very tight together since the early days. And actually, our guitar player, Dario, played with Frankie Venom, and I was supposed to be the bass player with Frank and the Vipers when Teenage Head broke up. And that's kind of like the early of Sven Gali, because when it's a long story. We were having some problems keeping Frank a little bit sober, and Dario and I decided to actually, we met Dave and Andy, and we decided to put Sven Gali together. So there's a bit of a history there between Teenage Head and Sven Gali. A lot of people don't realize. And
it was really nice to it was really nice when we were recording the song, when we decided to do it, first of all,
Frank did, yeah,
them letting us do it, or and the cool thing was, which when Frankie came out to sing his part on the track, the cool thing was, after I get the opportunity to speak to him, and I was just, I could see in his eyes and his mannerism everything that he's been through in music. You know what I mean? He kind of wears it, and it was really cool. And as I was walking out with him, and I said, "Hey man, I want to really thank you for doing that for us, and I really appreciate what you've done, and keep going." And then he turned to me and said, "Hey, I wish I had a band like yours."
Wow.
And I said, "I know, they're a fucking great band."
Frank was a special frontman, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. It's time for you to introduce your video. Sven Gali's Hurt, from the guys that created it.
That's up to Sean. He's the one who directed.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. You can bring her. You got her home.
All right. Well, we're very happy to finally get something fresh after all this time, 20 years. And we hope you guys enjoy this video. We had a great time doing it, and we're looking forward to doing a lot more. We're just starting to get used to being back in the music scene, and we're looking forward to more. So here's our new video. It's called Hurt.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Can I be really frank? I fucking hate Zoom. I hate the fact that I can't cheers you right now and say thank you for what you've done. And you know what I mean? Like the last time we saw each other, Dan, was like, man, it was the greatest loving. So we're going to make that happen again, man. Can't wait to see you guys live. Well, you do your ice cream. I'm going to go back to my bourbon, and you guys have a good night. Anything that we can do for you, okay?
I appreciate it, man. Take care, man.
Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Cheers. Okay.